gonna take a wild shot in the dark here. You're not here because you're wondering which is better for small businesses, Bank of America or Chase. Not too long ago, I was also in a spot where I knew very little about banking. And I'm really glad that I spent time looking into options beyond the companies I had already heard of. Here's my personal situation with finances. I work in video media production, and coming out of college, I was still stuck using Bank of America for my personal finances. I hadn't made any significant switch until I started making more complex business decisions. A company I was freelancing for used Mercury as its primary bank. They recommended it when I was setting up my first business, where I was the person in charge of the finances. As a side note, I got $250 when I deposited $10K, and you can too. Check out the link in the description. And I absolutely love it. I would recommend Mercury to virtually anyone. It's got a great interface and all these little features that are really easy to use, especially if this is your first time navigating things like invoices, bill pay, and setting up virtual credit cards. Okay. First things first, let me log into Mercury. It does two-factor authentication directly from my phone, which is really nice for security, but it just feels like a modern login. It's not doing the whole pet name security question thing. I absolutely love this interface. It's very clean and organized. You can see everything you need to do really easily. I like that the balance has this nice graph right away when you log in, so you can actually see those changes in real time. From the homepage, I've got balance accounts, bill pay, invoicing, money movement, and all recent transactions. It's really nice to see the money changes as a graph right from the jump, because sometimes you just want to get a quick sense of whether you're currently making or losing money. The invoicing system is really great for creating invoices fast. There are a couple little hiccups I don't love as much. Right now, I have a canceled invoice that I can't just delete. There was an error on my first invoice, and instead of being able to edit it easily, I just canceled it. But now it still appears in my invoice list, which I don't like. But actually creating invoices or having specific templates is a really great way to handle a lot of invoicing quickly. Here, I'll do an impression of me sending an invoice. Boom. The standout feature has to be these virtual cards. One of the companies I work with can generate virtual credit cards in real time that we share with each other over Slack. This makes navigating financial decisions incredibly easy, especially when you have multiple people involved in your business. When you set up these virtual cards, you can instantly send over the information and set spending limits on them. If you're making specific purchases, you can ensure that no one on your team accidentally does something stupid with your money, since they can only spend a certain amount. Receiving and paying invoices was really easy too. Just plug in all the information people sent through their invoice or upload them directly, and you're just a few clicks away from being able to send the money. When I got my first invoice, I was a little worried it would be difficult to send someone money, but genuinely, it could not have been easier. I had their physical address, and after inputting just a few pieces of information, it legitimately sent someone a physical check 10 minutes later. The check took a few weeks to arrive, but my part was done. And once I started moving everyone over to ACH payments, it was really easy to send payments, especially for reoccurring invoices. I've done my homework on other options too. Novo is great for digital entrepreneurs with its no-fee structure and ATM refunds worldwide, but you can't deposit cash. Lili caters perfectly to freelancers with built-in accounting tools and tax-saving features. Relay stands out if you need multiple accounts and team cards, seriously up to like 50 debit cards. And honestly, if you're skeptical of using these modern digital solutions, but still don't want to use big banks, local credit unions offer that personal touch with better loan rates and free services like notary and cashier's checks. I'd love to say I've spent months testing these other options over and over again to really get into the nitty-gritty, but I really didn't have to. Outside of that one little invoicing issue, I have had not a single problem with Mercury. I'd say that the real testament to why Mercury is so easy to use is that outside of using it for my own personal small business, I was actually enthusiastic about moving pretty much all of my finances over to Mercury. I ended up setting up a sole proprietorship LLC, and now I do most of my business and freelancing related purchasing through Mercury just because I like their system so much more. So remember, check out Mercury using the link in the description below. If you've got $10K ready to deposit, you can get $250 just for signing up, and so do I.